In cities across the country, including battleground states Pennsylvania and Georgia, people have taken to the streets, with some demanding every vote be counted, others calling to stop the count, an echo of Trump's demands over the past few days. Still, the counts are continuing on, and with a handful of states still left uncalled, Joe Biden has the advantage over Donald Trump in the electoral count as of this taping. But both sides are saying they are confident they'll be the ultimate winner. Margery Eagan joins me now, along with Adam Reilly. Good to see you both. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Jim.
Thanks for having us.
So, Adam, starting with you, it's day 3 of election week, and I have to say it has been peaceful and lower volume than I expected. If you agree with that, is this just the calm before the Trump storm, or did we exaggerate the chaos that was going to fall upon us?
I agree with your assessment of how it's been up until now. I think the ultimate answer completely depends on what the president does. If, for example, the race is called for Joe Biden, does he hop on Twitter and urge the bikers for Trump and whoever else for Trump to take to the streets and make their displeasure known? Does he tell the Proud Boys the time has come to, no longer stand by, take action, show that this is unacceptable? Or does he exercise restraint, which is something that over the course of his presidency, we almost never see him do? That being said, he's been really restrained by his standards the past 3 days. So it's a great question, and I don't know the answer. I don't think we'll know the answer until we see the president respond if things go against him.
Do you know the answer, Margery?
Well, I certainly don't know the answer, but I do know that you got to give the president this. He inspires tremendous passion and loyalty, and he's got people out at rallies willing to go out there and stand in the cold when the buses are slow and, shout fire Fauci and shout lock her up and stuff like that. So the level of attachment to this man as a politician is enormous. So I don't know what will happen if he loses and millions of people think that he lost because of cheating.
My take on this is, and I'm not any more confident than either of the two of you are about what happens, if Joe Biden just gets to 270, if he wins Nevada and Arizona, which gets him exactly to the threshold, then I think the potential for all hell to break loose is there. If he also picks up Georgia, if he also picks up Pennsylvania and crosses the 300 electoral vote threshold, I think the ability for even Donald Trump to summon the troops, Adam, as you described a minute ago, is somewhat limited. Am I being naive around that, or no?
No, that makes a lot of sense to me. He's a guy who likes things to be done decisively, done with great magnitude. He liked to brag about his victory over Hillary Clinton last time around in the Electoral College, even though he lost the popular vote. So I think you're right. Maybe despite himself, if it's a fairly big margin in the Electoral College, that just might tamp down his bluster, which I think would be really good for the country. And, if it goes the other way, I don't know if there's a mathematical scenario for it to be more than, Trump just hitting 270 or going a little over. But as a country, we could use a little chance to catch our breath here.
Speaking of that, Margery, catching our breath, maybe this is pathetically naive. You and I talk all the time, but I am so sick of having, Trump running a superhighway through your head or whatever expression you use.
Four-lane superhighway right through your head. That's right.
I am sick of the endless partisanship on everything. Let's assume Joe Biden does carry the day. Does he have the skills? Does his party have the skills to at least broker some sort of healing in this country? I don't know what the right words are. You know what I mean? At least an end to the nonstop screaming and partisan divide, or no?
Jim, you and I disagree a little bit about this, but I think that Fox News and so-called Trump media is a danger to the United States of America. I think they tell lies on a regular basis. You had Sean Hannity this week and he's the top-rated guy there, got a huge radio show telling people they should be outraged and furious and angry. And this is before we got very far in the whole post-election process. So when you have people revving up this kind of anger, I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard.
Adam, everybody knows you're a much nicer person than I am, so I assume that you obviously would like to see a little bit of America coming together. Is it in the cards, or is this just going to continue for years and years, Trump or no Trump?
like you, I would love to see it, but I'm thinking of, and tell me, I'm probably going to get his name wrong, newly elected Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn. Am I getting it right? He celebrated his election the other night on Tuesday by tweeting, "Cry more, libs."
Yeah.
That was the way that he marked his entrance to Congress. We've got Margery Taylor Greene in Georgia, the first, I believe, QAnon adherent going to Congress. You know, QAnon obviously believes that there's a cabal of Democrat satanic pedophiles that you know needs to be stopped, maybe by violent means. So I don't know. If anyone could do it, you would think Biden could, because he's this sort of genial, avuncular presence. He's very moderate, but that didn't stop him from being labeled, you know, a front for creeping socialism. So I hope so, but I, like Margery, am pessimistic.
You know, we only have a minute left here, and I'm never in the same room with either of you anymore, even though Margery and I do a radio show. How's your state of mind as an American citizen, Adam, not as a journalist right now? Quickly.
My state of mind isn't great. You guys know I have a couple kids who are, you know, in the double digits, and it is really worrisome to me to see them coming of age in a country that seems as radically and deeply split as we are right now. It makes me wonder, you know, what kind of country they're going to inherit if they stick around here.
How about it, Margery?
I am very despondent, I think. I was stunned that more Americans did not repudiate Donald Trump for all the reasons we've talked about. I don't know how you explain that. I'm disappointed in my fellow white women who voted for him in the majority. I mean, what do you tell your children? I don't know.
On that note, Margery, stick around. Adam, it's a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Jim.
See you.